Alright, as you see from the thumbnail, you can see I got a lot of new parts for the truck. So I gotta unbox all this stuff, but pretty much it's new wires, new oil pump, and a bunch of other stuff. Trying to make this box a little hard to open up. Let's see what this is. Distributor cap. Second one. So here's the oil pump. And we got the NGK wires for the, for, you know, short parts and all that stuff. So, alright, so if you look on mine, you can see there's this ring. That's just from over time. It just wears down and all that. You could see the new one, there's no groove. But a lot of times the guys will use a sleeve on it and be fine with it. This looks like it has a dust shield. Yeah, it looks like a dust shield, and this doesn't. So I might keep this for a backup. I might just play around with the sleeve, see, like, you know what I mean? Put a sleeve on it just to play around. Go from there. So the pulley ended up coming out really easy. I didn't have to use the puller on it. So now I'm gonna do the oil pump. I don't know if I can put this anywhere, this camera. I don't really have anything to mount it to, and I don't have my head mount, so I feel really bad for you guys for not being able to show this. So, but you can see there's the bolts on it. I'll let you know the sizes. I wonder if I can sit you guys right here, just pointing it up. Let's see. Probably not. Probably won't work that well. I'll try to figure something out. If not, I'll just when I'm done taking it off, I'll show you guys, and that way, you know what I mean. But anyways. Okay, so I ended up running to the auto store to pick up some grease. I actually did have this. I'm an idiot. I thought they didn't give me one, but they actually did. I just didn't take everything else. So I'm gonna drive it in with one of these I bought from the yard sale. Driver set, I don't know. Anyways, just gonna drive it in. I did put a light coating on the outer seal, the inner lips, and then like on the other side. Just to hold that spring in too, just a teeny bit. Not like, I didn't like smother it, but I just did a little bit of it. And the inside I did do more, so when the shaft goes in there. Okay, so when you put this end where the spring is, it shows it goes inside. So that way when you get it in here, you can check. So anyways, I'm gonna start driving this in. I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse real quick. Alright guys, so sorry about that. The camera kind of bounced away, but looks like I got it somewhat flush. I guess I'll know once I put it on, right? But yeah, just be careful when doing this. I mean, it is nerve-wracking because you're like, you want to make sure this thing sits properly, like flush. But just, I'd probably get a bigger one of these, because this is, like I said, I bought this at a yard sale, so I didn't get the full kit, but I got one that somewhat sits like almost as big as it. But I think it did the job. So just make sure that little spring didn't fall out, which I just checked, which I'm good. And then this is going to go on the top bolt up here, this one. Also too, you're going to use some of the grease to put on this one. This is the oil pump gasket. You want to put some grease in like 4 different areas so it holds it on there, and you don't want to pinch that once that goes on. Okay, so just to give you guys a quick thing or tip, when taking out the oil pump, the way I got it is I tried to hit it with the hammer a few times, it didn't work, or the soft hammer, and didn't really want to come out. So what I did is I have like a spud, it's an old school tool. I just used that end and kind of just like pushed against this and put like a little piece of rubber behind it and just kind of worked it, and it kind of came out. Once I got that out like that, I was able to like pull it out. Another thing too, I did clean up behind where this sits. I'll show you real quick. So of course there's a lot of nasty debris and all that stuff inside there, so I just used brake cleaner, parts cleaner, and the way I did it is you could actually come under here, put your arm under here and spray it, and actually get to there nicely. And you could see like through the bumper, you could see through there like cleaned it, but get you a better look. Get like a paper towel, stick your fingernail in there on the grooves where the O-ring sits, and just run your fingers around there to clean all that stuff up. Try your best to get as much as you can, that way it doesn't leak. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyways, I'm gonna put this back on and then go from there. I might not video it because, like I said, I can't really see it that well. So anyways, and of course, when you put this O-ring on, fit it in there and then put a little bit of grease and like just some spots. That way it holds it in nicely, because if you pinch it, you're screwed. This is the top bolt that goes on the very top. Make sure you put the thread sealant on it. It's gotta be high temperature or meant for this kind of stuff. So clean this up real good, and then this goes back on the top. Just put it at the end. All right. So, as you guys can see, I got it to stay. That's how it should be. And then just try cleaning up the edges, like where the metal to metal is gonna meet. Or not, you know what I mean, not metal to metal, but pretty much the smooth surface. Try to make sure you get the grease off of there. And then go from there. All right, so you put the gears back into the oil pump. You need to make sure you put oil on them. I'm just gonna use this oil. It's just to make sure it's just lubricated. And then obviously you guys know how that gears go. Make sure the arrows are up first, or you can see them. They don't go in a specific area. They just sit in there, you know what I mean? So all I did was pull the oil in the little cap, and I have a brush that I don't really care about. And I had the gears out, I just held them and just brushed the oil in it. And then when I put them inside, all I did is just brush on top. That's it. Doesn't need that much oil. Anyways, I'm gonna put this on the car. Keep saying car, but truck, and then should be good. All right, so now all you're gonna do is, once you put those little bolts in, make sure you put them in this exact same way that they came out. I'll make sure I put a note on that. And then keep the last one out, which is the top. Make sure you put the thread sealant on the first couple threads, and you should be good, and thread that in. I'm gonna look at the, what's it called, the torque rating on these, and then I'll probably put it on the little thing. All right, and now it's in. So it kind of makes me really want to clean the engine bay. So there it is, guys. Let's start putting the other stuff on, and then go from there. All right, guys, there it is. It's back on. It's 115 or 116 foot-pounds, and I recommend to try to slip that on, and then start turning that. So anyways, all right, so I put it back in. Sorry about that, my battery died, so I wasn't able to record putting the belts and all that stuff on. But anyways, it's only thing I gotta do now is just replace the rotor and cap, the wires, the plugs, which I don't know I'm gonna gap them to yet. I gotta look it up, see what to gap them to, but then that's it. And then I'm gonna actually probably run to the store, pick up some oil, replace this radiator hose, and then I do need to, yeah, I gotta replace this hose too. But on this, so I got this at not AutoZone, O'Reilly, and if you guys get them at O'Reilly's, cut these off. Someone told me that and I didn't listen. If you're on here and you watch my videos, I should have listened and just cut it, because they stripped out. I didn't even over tighten or anything. They just stripped out and it just made it a nightmare. So now I gotta go to the hardware store too, pick up some nuts for the back, and I'll probably just drill these out. That's it. And then once I get all that done, I'm gonna start messing with the timing of this thing. So